DRA. It is a specific guided meditation that will induce sleep. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, you can listen to it and it will put you to sleep. And you can also just use it in general for stress. And I'm probably going to make another one. I just haven't had a minute that's really, really specific to falling asleep at night. This one is more of a general one, but it will work. Yoga Nidra 1 and Yoga Nidra 2. A good way to start a practice if you haven't been sleeping is to actually take Viparita Karini. And that's done in this situation. It's nice to do it with a bolster if you have it because it's softer. And you elevate your pelvis. And if you keep your feet down, you're doing a supported bridge pose. If you take your legs up, and I don't usually teach this at the beginning of practice because I'm so weird that I don't want to tax the hamstrings even in this situation. So it's easier to do this pose up against the wall, then your hamstrings don't have to work at all. Here you are doing a mild stretch for the hamstrings. Now if you keep your knees a little bit bent, that'll help. And this is just a great pose to induce a release through the nervous system. I'm going to give you two poses that are more still than we usually start practice with, that are good for that kind of a dropping down, down regulating. And the thing to remember, especially with Yoga Nidra, is that you're inducing a trance-like sleep state in your body, which will make your body then afterwards feel like it's had a better night's sleep or more rested. Okay, so that's that spiel. The second thing I want to address is one of you asked me about which classes are more subtle body focused. Okay, just so you know, I don't always talk about this stuff because it turns some people off, but I don't teach a yoga class that isn't subtle body focused. In fact, it's impossible to do a yoga class if you're actually turning in to your breath and you're paying attention and you're building some presence on the mat and you're, dare I say, shutting out the world, just to simplify, that it isn't a subtle body practice. Most of my classes have an element or a germ of an idea. And today the idea is to work on the heart center for all the obvious reasons. It's almost Valentine's Day. And a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed, shut down, highly emotional right now. So it's a good center to soothe. It's the center, so you're breathing and relaxing right now. It's the center, and you can focus on your heart rising and falling as you breathe. So bringing attention to any of the 7 chakras, wherever they are along the spine and the crown of your head, is a soft, subtle body focus. But this is the center. We think of it as the love center, but the love center is really more second energy. The heart center is our social center. The element is air. Air is everywhere. And it's our ability to connect socially, to feel connected, to be connected, to not be divided, but to look for the things that unite you with another human being, even if you have little to no in common with that human being. The work of the yogi is to find ways, to find commonality, compassion, understanding, even when we are with people that we don't always agree with. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal to develop it, and I'll say one step further, it's a huge maturation process to get to that point. Your third chakra is at your solar plexus, your heart chakra is a lot higher up. So it requires a lot of you to let go of being right all the time, to move into the heart center, which is not so interested in being right, it's interested in being connected. However you want to relate to that material this morning. All right. Take a deep breath in, feel your lungs and your heart and your collarbones fill. Sigh it out, exhale, invite a lightness through your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your wrists. Do that 2 more times. If your legs are still lifted, bring them down to bridge pose. Bring your arms down by your side. We're going to do something active before the next passive thing, and then we'll be active. Take your arms out so your elbows are wide, your elbows are pressing down, your fingers are facing up like a goalpost. As you inhale, lift off of your blocks, bring your hands back. This is a gentle opening for the shoulder and in particular a toning for the rotator cuff. Exhale, lower back down to your blocks, let your hands come towards the floor. This is internal rotation. They may not make it all the way. Inhale, lift off of the blocks, starting to work the legs a little more specifically. Hands go back, elbows are driving down the whole time. Exhale, which will give you the tone through the shoulders. Palms go down. Inhale, hips lift just off of the block. Could you do this without lifting off of the block? You sure could. So if your back is twingy, maybe keep your butt on the block, but only do the rotation for the arms. Inhale, lifting. I don't have the block. I moved mine out of the way, but you're working with the block still. Exhale, lower. Take your time. We have 4 more. Inhale, range of motion, external as you go back, internal as you drop your palms towards the floor. 3 more. Great. Hold your arms in the cactus position. If your hips are lifted, cool. If they're on the blocks, also cool. Press the back of your shoulder blades into the mat. And without moving your elbows, imagine that they're going to pull down towards your hips ever so slightly. This should give you more sensation through your upper back, like you're just trying to work a little harder. You can be resting on the blocks or lifted. In either case, lengthen the top of your thighs forward through your knees so that you're creating a longer front thigh idea. Press your head gently into the earth. Tip your chin up. Now we're toning the back of the neck slightly. And we hold for 4. And we hold for 3. 2. Great. Reach down, slide the blocks out of your way. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. You can rest your hands on the front of your hips or down by your side or on your low belly or palms up or palms down. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. So this is the classic second chakra opening because we're opening the hips and we're having some effect on the sacrum. This is a mild back bend. So we call it a hip opener, Supta Baddha Konasana, but the spine is in extension, especially in the lower back area. And if you walk your shoulder blades underneath your body, your spine is in extension in your upper back area. If you move your chin away from your chest, your neck is in a little bit of extension as well. So it's a subtle back bend with subtle compression on the sacral area, which is the root of Svadhisthana. And this technically is your love chakra, because this is where we create human life, where we have deep connections to family, to our most significant partners, etc. The element here is water. So unlike the heart, where it's everywhere, the water is something that we want to contain in a positive way so it flows without spilling in all directions, causing too much chaos. We also want the water to flow. We don't want the water to stop. So we have to find a fluidity in our relationships where we have enough boundaries that we're not overwhelming people or we're not being overwhelmed, but not so many boundaries that we shut everything down. Again, ponder those ideas. Deep breaths now. Move your focus down to your lower belly, and I'll even give you a more specific breath if you like. If you pay attention to your tailbone and your pubic bone, you can imagine as you inhale that those bones are moving a little bit away from each other. And as you exhale, not that they're closing down, but they're just settling back into their normal spot. Inhale, imagine tailbone and pubic bone moving a little bit away, stretching away from one another. And exhale, let them soften back towards each other. That's simple. 4 more breaths.